So I've just pulled up in a new spot. I've been looking at this spot for a long time on Google Earth, and it looks really promising. It's called Lurline Bay. You can see here in the picture, it's just on the north side of Mistral Point. When I go out walking along South Coogee, I can always seeing like bust-ups coming, like starting up around off Mistral Point. So I've come down to Lurline Bay because I think it might be a little bit of a safer option than fishing Mistral Point proper. I'm hoping that some of the bait fish will be hanging out in the bay, and that maybe something will come in and smash a few bait fish. Even though I think it's a pretty well fished spot here. You know, it's known for its trevally, it's squid, brim, groper, a lot of good stuff like that. I didn't really see too much information online, but I'm just trying to, I want to build up the knowledge on the spots in the eastern suburbs if I can. So I want to just suss out the area, see what's around, and give you a good report on what you're likely to catch here, or how it's fishing at the moment. Now, I've gotten here, it's I think 4:45, so it's not even first light yet, and the spot is actually absolutely pitch black. I mean, I can't even see the ocean, and I'm really not interested in rock fishing at night, so I'm gonna hang around, wait for first light, wait till I can get a really good look at it, and then head down and figure out where I'm gonna set up. Woo. So a pretty nice spot, holy jeez. Really nice spot actually. As I'm starting to move into the bay a bit, I can see there might be a spot opening up for me. It's starting to calm down quite nicely actually, and the ledges are dropping off, it's a bit flatter. Something I also need to keep in mind is that it's only halfway to high tide, so there's still about another a meter of tide coming in. So anywhere I go, I want to make sure that I can get back and that it's going to be dry while I fish. As I was coming down, I saw a dude bellying up, so he's going to be going for blackfish and stuff, but I'm going to set up next to him on this nice little platform area. Looks like there's a bit of a place where I can land fish along the side there, so should keep me dry-ish and out of the waves a bit. Feels pretty safe. He's got cleats though and I don't, so maybe he knows something that I don't. As you'll notice, I'm wearing the life jacket today. New laws in Randwick, of course, everyone has to wear life jackets when rock fishing, so make sure you got one if you head to the eastern suburbs. Whew, alright, so first up, I want to have another crack at the old Squidwood. Because I've sealed up all the holes and stuff and I took the water out of it, so I just want to have a crack. Let's do it. First cast. Might try the lure I found, right? So it's a 25. Let's see how it goes. So all I'm doing here is I've got that Bishop. I actually made some assist hooks just with some mono and some 1.0 suicide hooks. Don't know if it's going to be any effective, but I just sort of casting out, trying a few different retrieves. I got like a little bit of a jig thing going on. Sometimes I'll do a fast retrieve, sometimes I'll do a slow retrieve. Just trying to mix it up a bit. There's a really good
fisherman who has a channel, Windsor Bait and Tackle. He's got this great thing where he talks about, you know, you just got to, all of this action that you got to put into. G'day. Yeah. All right.
Take your time, but freaking hurry up.
See ya. Gotta love the eastern suburbs, eh? It's time to get serious about sun safety. Hopefully I don't get too much shit in the camera. Oh, there we go. Right, so mixing things up a little. Let's try this knife jig thing that I got off AliExpress, huh? I think it could be alright. My rod's a bit overkill actually. I think I'm going to lose any sensitivity that I have over the lure, which is a shame, but give it a go anyway. Cast well, which is good. Fishing it pretty quickly, as you can see, for a jig, a shore jig. Not sure why, just trying to keep it off the bottom, I think, because I know it's nothing but large boulders here. Oh, hooked rock. Mother. Let's see what we lost. How much did we lose? Oh, I still got the jig, I think. Okay, sweet. Still got the jig. Still got the jig. Lost one of the hooks. That's alright. So I do this thing where I put 8-pound mono on the hooks because I figure I'd rather lose a hook than a lure. So if I get snagged up, it's no big deal for me really. The Burley line's heading north, so I'm fishing south of the Burley line by the looks of things, which is probably not the cleverest thing to do, but... So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so everyone's got this thing I noticed where they have their lure tackle, like their split rings and their assist cords or something, really heavily rated heavier than the actual line they're fishing. To me, I'd rather actually lose hooks and lose a couple of fish every now and then than lose the lures, so that's why I put something on a bit lighter. Whether that's a good idea or not, I don't know, but I'm doing it. Catch of the day here, folks. A nice leaf. Very good. Very good. Holy cow. Whew. Can you tell it's hot? Because it's freaking hot. Now, haven't had any luck spinning with the metals. I don't think it's a real spinning spot. Mostly looks like trevally, luteric, that kind of stuff, groper. The guy fishing next to me actually pulled in a couple of little trevally, so if that's your game, it's a good spot for it. It looks like there's plenty of ledges for everybody. So today I fished it on a rising tide in a nor'easter swell, only about 1 meter, so really light conditions, but even then, like, I think you've got to have a good bit of experience to come down here in any other conditions. Actually, why don't I show you a little bit about the bay while the sun's out. So here we go. Very nice and calm today. Not really much swell going on. So that's the ledge that I've been fishing off there. Alright, cool. So I'm just finishing up here at Lurline Bay today. Didn't catch anything, but didn't lose anything either. So my little trick with the light line for my assist hooks works out pretty well. It allows me to, I guess, get down to the bottom and not lose lures. I lost a few hooks, but I'm not too worried about losing hooks. One tip I got from the guy that was fishing next to me is that apparently there's a bit of a sheer wall on the northern side of the bay which sees a lot of action. So if you're spinning and you don't mind a bit of fishing off a little bit of a cliff, definitely hit that sheer wall if you're going to come down to Lurline Bay. So I hope you enjoyed this little trip of Lurline Bay. It's been on my list for a while now. I just wanted to come down and check it out. I was hoping I was going to catch something, but not disappointed. At least now I have a feel for this place. I can cross it off the list. I'm planning to explore a few more spots around Sydney. Mainly ones where there isn't much video of the place or that hasn't had a lot written up about it, just to really try and fill some of the knowledge gap online about these fishing spots around Sydney. Why don't I just give a quick pan around the bay, one more pan around the bay, just so you can get a feel for how it looks at high tide. So this is the southern end. As we sweep around, you can see the northern end and into the bay proper.
Get close.